I'm willing to bet that if you watch the other videos, you know how to do number 5 without any help, and you probably know how to do number 6 without any help. So I'm going to go through this quickly because this is now our third video. So y equals 3 cosecant of theta minus 2. My midline drops to -2. My amplitude is 3. We're talking about the sine curve, so y equals 3 sine of theta minus 2. That's the graph I'm going to plot and then erase. Sine starts at the midline, 2 pi later ends at the midline, halfway through midline. There we go. Halfway between the 2 points when theta is pi over 2, we're at a maximum. Because our amplitude is 3, we're going up 3 units from the midline. And at 3 pi over 2, we're going to go 3 units down from the midline. I'm going to continue that pattern. And you can probably hear the clicking of the pencil on the screen. And that's your sine curve. Now, how do we graph our cosecant curve? We're drawing those vertical asymptotes that are going through the point that's going through the midline. And then wherever we see those maximums, we have u's opening up, and minimums are u's opening down. So they share one point, and they share that maximum or minimum value. Now I feel like something is missing. Oh, I didn't finish over here. That's why I feel like something's missing. Because I should have really had that right there. And then this would have been opening up. And there we go. Now it's complete. Go ahead and try this. No, let's not try this one. This one let me instruct on. Y equals 2 secant of 2 theta plus 2. So we have y equals 2 times the cosine of 2 theta plus 2. Lots of 2's. This 2 in particular, though, is going to impact the period. So the period is equal to 2 pi over b, which is now 2 pi over 2, which is pi. And you can see the intervals on the x-axis. They now go from -pi to pi because they adjusted those values. The computer generator, the worksheet generator, changed those intervals to match the period. This 2 right here tells us that our midline is shifted up 2 units. And then, of course, this value right here, this 2, tells us our amplitude. So cosine starts at the maximum value. And our maximum value is 2 units above the midline. So it starts at the max. Now, not 2 pi later, but pi later, we're going to be at the max again. And then halfway between 0 and pi is pi over 2. And that is going to give us a minimum value, which is 2 units away from the midline. So 2 units below the midline. And then halfway between the max and the min, you've got your intersections with the midline. I'm going to continue the pattern. And then everywhere the graph crosses the midline, I'm going to draw vertical asymptotes. So you can see I'm going to have twice as many patterns than I normally have from negative 2 pi to 2 pi. And that's all because of that horizontal shrink. So the period change in this case gave us a horizontal shrink. And that is our graph for 2 times the secant of 2 theta plus